Hello everyone, today in this video we are going to study a poem Rain on the Roof written by poet Kenny. Before we move to poem, let me introduce you to the poet. The poet Kenny, he was born on November 24, 1826. He was born near New York. He studied law and was a lawyer, and later he became a journalist. And during this period, as a journalist, he wrote this poem, and this poem established him as a poet in America. He passed away on January 25, 1904. Now let's move to the title of the poem, Rain on the Roof. It's quite clear from the title that the poet is going to talk about rain in this poem. Now what does he say about rain? He talks literal. He gives us the literal as well as the metaphorical meaning of the rain. How does it affect us emotionally, and how does it affect the nature? Starting from the formation of rain, that is when the cloud hover over the sky. Since that step till the last stage, it mainly, this poem basically deals about the emotional effects of rain, that how we get associated, how we get emotionally entangled with rain when it starts raining. The poet here, at the sight of the poet in this poem, when you see that the cloud is hovering over the sky, he feels very happy. And when it starts raining, he gets reminded of number of memories of his life. And in that memories, while he was there sleeping in his cottage chamber bed, there he get reminded of his mother. He's lost in reminiscences, that is recollection of past. He gets nostalgic when it rains. Now let's move to the poem. Let's see how he has expressed all those feelings through this poem. When the humid shadows hover over all starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. So the poet says that whenever the cloud hover over the sky and when it starts raining, he feels quite happy. And at that moment when it starts raining, he feels that being in a cottage chamber bed, as here you can see in the picture, he says that it's a bliss. It means it gives him ultimate pleasure. What does it give him ultimate pleasure? To press the pillow, it means to sleep, to keep lying while it's raining, and while lying he is lost in his memory. Now coming to the first line, when humid shadows hover. Humid here shadows refers to cloud, as it is dark in color. Humid it means moisture which it carry. Hover, it means when it hangs. It means when that shadow refers to cloud, when shadow, that is cloud, come up in the sky over the starry spheres. Starry spheres refers to the night full of stars. And the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. So he says that when it starts raining, when stars is hidden by the cloud, at that time what happened? The darkness, the night starts weeping. The stars starts weeping. So he says here that rain is the tear of stars, as darkness has overcasted there. So that rain, to which we refers to the water droplets, water coming down from the sky, that is not a rain. Here the poet says it's a tear. It's a tear of starry nights, that is the of stars. And why they are weeping? Because their brightness has been taken over by the darkness of the cloud. So this four line forms an image. And so when all these things happen, then what? Now poet shifts to his personal experience. Now what he feel and what interesting he find, what he find to do better. What a bliss! He says that when all these things happen, when it starts raining, when there is cloud in the sky, he says he find it blissful. It means he find very happy. It gives him utmost joy. What gives him utmost joy? That is being given in this two line. That is to praise the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of soft rain overhead. You can see exclamation mark is given over here. To show his joy, he has expressed his joy, that he becomes very excited, he becomes very happy, he is in exalted mood. The rain excites him. Rain brings not only raindrops for him, it brings happiness for him as well. And at that time when it's raining, he finds only one thing to do. He has only one thing to do, that is to lie in his cottage chamber bed, pressing the pillow, and to listen to the soft sound, the sound which is being made by rain overhead. It means that is on the roof. Here patter refers to the sound of rain. Now let's see what's there in the next paragraph. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being a start, and 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof, as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Now here in this paragraph, in the first line, tinkle. Tinkle refers to the musical sound created by rain. Now where does the rain makes tinkle sound, that is the ringing sound? It makes on the shingle. Now what is shingle? It refers to the kacha makan. You might have seen that in kacha makan on the roof, it's not a concrete structure, it have rectangular tiles which is used on sloping roof. Here you can see in this picture the roof is sloping. So in order to form a slope on the roof, that shingles, that tiles is being used. Here you can see in the first slide, here it is. Even it is not that sort of thing, but it's something like this only. So it is used in kacha makan, and it's made up of mortar. So it produces a tinkling sound, the metallic sound when raindrops fall on it. And when that raindrop fall on that shingles, on that tiles, it forms a tinkle sound, and that sound creates a echo effect in the heart of the poet. It means it gave him immense pleasure, and in that pleasure he finds that he is exalted, he is quite happy, and in his heart, it means it creates a echo. Echo here refers to he get emotional, he get reminded of number of incidents of his life, he get nostalgic, he started weaving different dreams, he is lost somewhere in his dreams, he is emotionally touched, has an echo in his heart. It means that he is emotionally touched to listen that sound, that is the ringing sound of rain. And 1,000 dreamy fancies into being a start, and 1,000 recollection. And what happened? He get emotional. In the first line he says that when he hears that metallic sound, that ringing sound, it creates an echo in his heart, that is he get emotional. And when he get emotional, then what happens? Thousands of dreamy fancies, it means imaginary, he is lost in imaginary world. A number of imaginary stories starts coming up in his mind, and 1,000 recollection. 1,000 recollection here refers to something of his past. This dreamy fancies refers to something which he has started imagining, but here recollections refers to the something which he has already experienced in his life, the beauty of his life. It starts coming up in his mind. So at a time, thousands of fanciful dreams as well as the beautiful phase of life appears in his mind and heart. And those dreams, those thoughts, those recollections starts weaving up in his head and heart into woof. Their air threads into woof. So those recollection, those dreams has been compared to air thread, that is thread, and that threads start weaving. It means one thread, it means one dream starts mingling into another. As you might have seen, the clothes are made up of threads, but you can't distinguish between different threads, you can't separate it out. Similarly, here he says that those dreams start weaving out, they start mingling into each other as if they are weaving. A weaving of dreams is being done over here. Now what is woof? It refers to the thread woven across the loom. So here the dream, the fancies has been compared to weaving. Now again, as I listen to the patter, again this sound, this word patter refers to the sound of rain. As I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. So when he listened to the patter sound of rain on the roof, all these things happen to him. And what is that? First of all, he get emotional. In the second line it is given that he get emotional, he is emotionally touched, he get nostalgic. Secondly, he get lost in thousands of imaginary world, in thousands of stories, imaginary stories. So he is somewhere in the imaginary world. And then he says some of the stories of his past, the beautiful stories of past starts coming up in his mind. First was he get emotionally touched, second he is lost in dreams, next number of stories, the beautiful phase of his life starts reoccurring in his life, in his mind and heart, and the next, all these stories, all these fanciful stories and dreams starts weaving into each other like a thread. So these are the things happens to him, these are the things which he experienced while he listened to the patter of the rain on the roof. So now he was in dream, his eyes shut lying in a cottage chamber bed, pillow pressed, and he's lost in dream. And then now see what's there in this paragraph. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in year agone, to regard the darling dreamers, ere she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me, as I list to this refrain, which is played upon the shingle by the patter of the rain. So here the word agone it means gone by, the year gone by, it means something which has passed, the time which has passed. Regard here refers to observe. Dreamer, darling dreamers refers to the child. Ere means before, dawn that is morning, and list here refers to listen. List refers to listen. And refrain, what is refrain? Refrain, it's a part of song which is repeated at a fixed interval. And here this refrain refers to the sound of rain, which is continuously it's repeating. It's continuously coming up. So the sound of rain has been refers to a refrain over here. Now let's see what's there in this paragraph. Now in memory, when he is lost in his memory, in his thousands of fanciful stories, then in his memory comes his mother. My here refers to the poet. Comes his mother, as she used in year agone. She is as she was year ago. To regard the darling dreamers. So why she came? So she came to regard. It means to observe. To observe whom? Darling dreamers, her child. It means the poet. While he is in dream, his mother visits him, and he see that her mother is as she was a year ago. And why she has come? To observe, to see her darling dreamer. It means the poet. Ere she left them till the dawn. So ere here refers to before. So before, here this paragraph refers to that he is sleeping. So what does a mother do? Mother do everything for a child so that the child may fall asleep. She used to sing lullaby. She narrate different fanciful stories and many other things. It can't be described in words. And the mother, as she sees that her child, her darling dreamer is in sleep, he has fallen asleep. So without making any disturbance, without making any noise, she left the child to sleep till the dawn. Dawn is the morning. Oh, I feel her fond look on me. Now the poet expresses his feeling. He can feel the look, the fondful look, that is the look of his mother, that how she is looking at him. She is looking lovingly. She is looking at him, she is gazing at him. And he can feel that. And I list to this refrain, and in the meanwhile, he can even list here refers to listen. Listen to this refrain. This refrain refers to the sound which is continuously being made by rain. That is his listening. In the background, in the foreground, he has his mother in his dream. His mother is there. His mother is gazing him with a fondful look, and in the background he could listen the refrain, that is the sound of the rain, which is continuously being made, which is played upon the singles. He could listen to the sound which is being made upon the singles. I have already explained it to you in the first paragraph. So he can listen to those sounds by the patter of the rain. So the sound which is being made by the patter of the rain, that he could listen overhead on the roof, on the singles. So this is all about the meaning of the poem. So in this poem, the poet has expressed the joy that comes along with rain when it falls upon earth. When rain comes, it brings water along with it. And with water, as you know, water is cooling agent. It cools, it soothes earth. And along with that, it also brings an emotional change in the heart and mind of the person. And as the poet is lying somewhere all alone, in this poem, the poet gets lost in his thousands of fanciful stories. Some was imaginary and some which he has already experienced earlier. And in that dream, he is lost somewhere, and while he is lost, listening to the pattering and the tinkling sound of the rain, his mother appears to him. And he sees that her mother is lovingly gazing upon him. And the meanwhile, he is listening to the patter of the rain. This is the literal meaning of the poem. Now let's move to the literary devices used in this poem. This is glossary, new words for you. Now first of all, referring to the rhyme scheme of the poem, it is A, B, C, B, D, E, F, G. So every paragraph has got 8 lines. So this is the rhyming scheme of the poem. Now the literary devices which has been used, that is in the first line, in the first stanza. The first stanza is transferred epithet. Transferred epithet, how it is transferred epithet? Because the poet transfer his sad mood. Here you can see in the humid shadow hover, he transfer his sad mood from himself to the darkness of the night. Here in the third line it is spread, and the melancholy darkness, rainy tears. So he has indirectly in this poem, in this paragraph, he is referring to his own mood. He is conveying his own emotion, but indirectly he has referred it to the darkness. He has compared his emotion to the darkness. Condition, he has expressed his condition, he has compared his expression and situation to the darkness. Therefore it is transferred epithet. Again, he is lost in thousands of memory. Again it is transferred epithet. Now again in first paragraph, line 3 and 4, you can see in line 3 and 4, it is, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. The poet has personified here darkness. Personified, it means to give human quality to the darkness. How he has given human quality to darkness? That is, human weeps, but here the darkness is weeping. Therefore he has personified the darkness of here. That it forms a literary device that is known as personification. Again, in first line, the humid, it is humid shadow. Humid shadow refers to the cloud. Humid shadow refers to cloud. Therefore, it is an indirect reference to cloud, and therefore it forms a literary device, that is metaphor. And the next figure of speech which is used over here is let's move to the next paragraph. Every tinkle, sorry, first of all, the rhyme scheme is same, A, B, C, B, D, E, F, G. Now again in the first line, tinkle is there. Tinkle, it refers to the sound. Tinkle refers to sound. So it is onomatopoeia. It forms a literary device known as onomatopoeia. Again here you can see that in second last line, it's patter. Patter also refers to the literary device which is onomatopoeia. Patter is the sound made by rain. That is onomatopoeia. Now again you can see over here, and thousand recollections weave their air thread dream into wove. So what does it refers to? This two line refers to the dreams, the memories in which he is lost. And the weaving, the process of weaving, where the thread get mingled into one another, is being compared to the is being compared to the dream. So this weaving process is being compared to the dream. So this again forms a literary device, that is metaphor. Moving to next paragraph. In this paragraph, darling dreamers, in the third line, darling dreamer refers to the poet, to the child, and that is metaphor. It forms a literary device, that is metaphor. Again in this paragraph also, in the last line you can see patter word is used, and patter refers to the sound, and it forms a literary device that is known as onomatopoeia. And the rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, C, B, D, E, F, G. This is all about the literary devices used in this poem. If you have any doubt, write in our comment box. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.